Hello, everyone. Welcome to May at Film Seizure. And you know what you get when you mix May with Film Seizure? You get an entire month of A-MAY-rican Ninja movies. Get it? You just heard from Jeff and Chuck. Say hello, Jeff.
Hey, how's it going?
Chuck, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
I'm not sure what I've done.
I
feel like the guy who creates the super weapon. I'm like Oppenheimer right now. Like, what have I done?
The world will never be the same.
The moral implications of this are very complicated.
Well, just like with Oppenheimer, we spent a lot of time on a military base.
We did indeed.
In fact, we spent an entire movie within like 5 minutes of like one location.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Pretty close.
I mean, at one point, he's at the base of the bad guys and he walks back within an afternoon.
Well, we don't know how many days took place there.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the bad guys aren't that far away.
Right, they're right over there.
It's a very self-contained little ecosystem here. You've got the docks, the military base, and the bad guys compound. That's about
right, because the bad guys... So we're talking about the first American...
Yeah, sorry. So we're going to talk about the first American Ninja movie.
I hope they saw the title when they clicked on this.
And we're going to talk about all 5 American Ninjas. And we're not going to do any double duties either, like we did last month with the Apes. Every single American Ninja movie is getting its own week. We'll see how that goes.
I'm excited.
But there are going to be some surprises along the way.
Chuck says he's excited.
Well,
although we both have had our moments in this first movie where we fell apart.
Look, sometimes the best movies to cover are the ones that break one of us. And if you deteriorate to like just a ball of jelly by the end of this, it'll be fun for me to watch.
Yeah, okay. Well, same right back at you.
That's a win. That's a win. But we figured, or maybe I figured, it would be fun to do the first 2 movies together, in the same room, watch the movies, record the movies. We haven't done that in a long time. A little bit of a peek behind the curtain. But since the pandemic, we've pretty much recorded everything from home, our individual homes via Zoom, but we actually have watched American Ninja together, and we have just removed ourselves to the recording studio together to talk about American Ninja 1985, Sam Furstenberg. Golan and Globus. I got it in there, Chuck. He was waiting.
Golan and Globus.
Canon Films and all its glory.
Since we're in the same room, though, nobody can see Jason, but he may have a black eye for the second episode. Because Jeff might punch you.
He might punch me?
He might punch you.
We'll talk about some issues I have with this movie, but I will also admit there were a couple of times where I'm like, all I can do is laugh and just have fun with this.
Yes. These movies are dumb. So guess what? Just embrace the dumb.
I mean, this feels like what you guys were doing at the beginning, right?
Well, we had those warlocks.
We had the warlocks. That was interesting.
You watched The Room.
Yeah,
we did.
Well, yeah.
Oh, we watched some bad movies. I mean, this isn't our first Sam Furstenberg.
And it won't be our
Michael Dudikoff, Steve Young joint. It won't be our Lastikoff. Because in between American Ninja 1 and American Ninja 2, that trio made Avenging Force, which we have watched and covered on this very podcast.
You know what I feel like I think we need to do next year just to kind of get back at this. Chuck, how do you feel about a whole month of Chuck Norris?
Oh, God, I don't know.
And we've already done a Force of One. We know how Jason feels about that. And we've done the Delta Force.
Jason had the fucking poster above his bed.
Above my bed.
He loves Chuck Norris.
I wish I did. I love that poster.
Walker gave Jason AIDS.
Whoa!
Hopefully people remember the Haley Joel Osment
yes.
from Conan.
Okay, yeah, definitely remember. The Walker Texas Ranger lever from Conan. Yeah.
When I got my knees replaced, I called my walker Texas Walker.
Yeah, and then you knew you were healed when you could kick flash.
Yes, I did. I did that.
just like Chuck Norris. Off to the side, cutaway. He giving you a thumbs up. Yeah. Well, speaking of Chuck Norris, he was supposed to be in this movie, but he did not want to cover his face because Chuck Norris was at the height of his ego. And then Menachem Golan very famously said, "Fuck it, we'll get the Dudikoff."
That's actually better than this movie.
So
right
that's how the movie stardom of Michael Dudikoff was born. Yes,
he popped into existence.
that moment.
Yeah.
Before that, he was playing invisible, striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. And then they're like, "We'll put you in a movie." He's like, "Poof." What was he before this? Just a professional?
Just a dude.
He wasn't. He was just in a cough.
He was just a Dudikoff. Yeah.
He didn't become a Dudikoff until he was started.
He wasn't full yet.
No.
Oh wow! I didn't realize he was one of the conscripts in Tron. Really tiny role. He wasn't really in anything. He hadn't had.
But was he like?
I guess maybe radioactive dreams. Puin's Radioactive Dreams might have been his first starring role.
Well, it makes sense that he was in Tron because he does have a very
triangular.
He's so geometrically faced.
It's Dolph Lundgren-y.
Yeah, kind of. It's very pointy. It's pointing forward. Like he's always pointing forward with his chin.
He was in Bloody Birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Bachelor Party, somewhere in there. I haven't seen that movie in ages. So
the Tom Hanks.
This
I watched that.
This is definitely his first action lead.
Yeah.
Role.
Okay.
And I would argue that.
Well, because Stuntman got a lot of work. Yeah,
that Stuntman's great.
Because there's a lot of moments in this movie where it's like, oh yeah, that's right, Michael Dudikoff's in this movie.
Yeah. But seriously, the Canon guys were bound to they wanted to make him a star. I think at one point he was supposed to be Spider-Man. Like Dudikoff, they had grand plans for Dudikoff.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I would have gone with him being Spider-Man. He is I feel like he is not ready for prime time in this movie, but he was by the time they did Avenging Force.
Oh yeah. This does kind of feel
because I like Avenging Force.
This feels a little bit like practice for Avenging Force,
right.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Because Avenging Force, he was like a real badass, and he actually had good lines, and he had. This movie
was that in the first Force month? They did that, or was I a part of that?
That was one you missed.
Okay.
We missed you on that one. You did the others that month.
Okay,
that's a good one. That one has one of the greatest stunt falls
off of a roof
in the history of stunt falls. Yeah,
it's great. We had to watch that many times over.
Yes.
So yeah.
And that's Sam Furstenberg. I mentioned as the director. This is not his first foray into the ninja picture either.
Yeah, because Sam Furstenberg is exactly the name that comes to mind when you think of we need a director for ninja movies.
Well, he made Revenge of the Ninja and Ninja 3,
right,
and then Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. So,
nice.
So the man has range.
Hell yeah!
Those were all leading up to American Ninja, and then Avenging Force, American Ninja 2. Yeah. Whew. He even made a Delta Force movie. Of course he did.
But not the original.
He made the third one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I see he made 2 cyborg cop movies, which I've never heard of and must see, with David Bradley, who we'll talk about later this month. Yes! Because he becomes the new American Ninja in American Ninja 3.
All right.
See, the canon universe never, ever, ever stops with its wormholes and rabbit holes and shitholes.
Speaking of shitholes, what country does this take place in? Because it's a little bit of everything.
Oh, well, Jeff, you would be the one to offend another country and another.
No, what I mean by that is it's like it's a place where there's obviously an American base, but it's obviously tropical. There's a bad guy who's French. There's an Asian Japanese ninja. There is what looks to be Central American bad guys. And we're told it's Philippines, but we're not told that.
Well, the only reason we know it's Philippines is because we looked at the Wikipedia page in the back of the Blu-ray box. Like,
but
I don't think they ever mentioned the word Philippines once.
No, it's like it's Canonia is where this is take place.
Yeah, I wish it'd just come up with like a fake.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like
fake
because
South American country or something. Yeah,
because it's like there's arms deals going on. So it's like, oh, it's like a Contra thing, or is it a villain, Venezuela thing? Is it what is this place? But no, it's in Asia, which doesn't make any goddamn sense, really.
And apparently, Joe, our orphaned Joe, has lived in the Philippines his whole life.
Yes, because he gets caught by the fuzz, and his sentence is to either go to jail or join the military.
Yeah, but
why would he join the American military?
And what's he a citizen of?
And how is he American?
Exactly.
Right. How do we know he's American? Because he looks like Michael Dudikoff?
He was discovered as a baby.
Yes.
Right. By my
favorite thing in the whole wide
it's got
movie.
It's got a little bit of that old like Shaolin, like lore in the back there.
How does he even speak English?
How does he not
was
speak
raised
like the real?
By a dude, and then he got amnesia.
Exactly.
I don't know what the fuck. The guy who wrote this had amnesia.
The guy who wrote this wishes he had amnesia.
He probably forgot that he wrote it.
He probably has incredible brain trauma.
Yeah.
But that's so.
Oh my gosh, there are 4 writers on this movie.
No
as well.
shit.
And,
all of them had head trauma.
Well, yeah, they were probably traumatized by the Golden Globus.
Yeah, exactly.
It was definitely one of those. We need this, and this in this movie,
and the Dudikoff.
Well, if you look at the names of the people, they don't seem like ninja experts either. Paul DeMelchi, Gideon Amir, Avi Kleinenberger, or Kleinberger, sorry, and James R. Silk.
At least 2 of those writers, I guarantee, are Israeli. Guaranteed.
Right.
Yeah.
And none of them have a link, like a Wikipedia link to them.
I mean, for all we know, these are all names that Golden Globus used.
Oh, totally. That could very well be, right? Yeah.
James R. Silk is definitely a pen name.
Avi Kleinberger feels very much like a Menachem Golem pen name. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we got Gweech Kook.
Oh God, Gweech.
Let's talk about the cast of this movie. Because Gweech Kook plays Colonel William T. Hickok. Thickcock.
There's a point in the door on his office that Chuck's like, Thickcock. And I was like, that's what I thought I saw too.
Silk definitely wrote that out.
Yeah.
We've got, obviously, our Michael Dudikoff. We have Steve James.
Yeah.
Steve James is badass.
Steve James is
he
badass.
shows up as Rambo at one
Corporal
point.
Curtis Jackson. So he's 50 cents in this movie. Is that Curtis Jackson?
Curtis Jackson,
50
right?
cents.
Yeah. He said 50 cents.
I know I said 50 cents, and I was like, damn it.
I think it is 50 cents.
Well, it's okay.
No, it's Tina Fey would be so mad at me. It was either Tina Fey or the other one,
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler. She was like, she did on the Weekend Update. She said 50 cent, and then everybody laughed. It's like, what? Why are you laughing? That's how you say it. 50 cent.
50 cent. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Fiddy says it's 50 now, but I could be wrong.
Whoa.
Well, he's aged up a bit.
I could be wrong. Yeah, he's 50 old.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Our damsel, we've seen her before.
Yes, Judy Aronson. One letter in sequential away from Bronson, by the way.
Right, and it's like you get her.
Yeah. Of course. It was like, oh, is she a Bronson? Get her in the Dudikoff. Yes, Friday the 13th, final chapter, Weird Science. After Midnight. Again, another canon Bronson movie, wasn't it? Was Bronson in After Midnight?
No. You're thinking of 10 to Midnight.
I'm thinking of 10 to Midnight.
which is before midnight.
Yeah, after midnight, we let it all hang out.
Yeah.
After midnight is after the credits of 10 to Midnight.
hey, she was Gift Bag Girl in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Nice.
Remember that famous role?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna throw Judy a bone here. She is very cute, but when we first meet her, she is like, dude, a cough. What are you doing here? Let her just die because she has seemingly a death wish here.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, that was I slipped into that by accident.
Goodness.
You're so clever. Clever Jeff is here tonight.
But no, she is. I mean, when she shows up, the movie feels a little more human.
She's a little charisma at some points in this movie.
It helps that she's one of the only people who believe in Joe.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Jason. We'll get to my main.
But I'm with you on that kind of plot line. It drives me crazy.
Hate it.
The gaslighting plot line, like, really drives me nuts. I agree.
It's poopy.
It is poopy. But luckily there were ninjas in this movie.
Right, and explosions.
Yes, arguably
ninjas
there
and
were
explosions.
Ninjas.
I like those.
There was at least one legitimate ninja.
An American ninja.
He was an American. He was Tadashi Yamashita.
Oh, yes.
He's a legitimate ninja.
Legit. Yeah.
Legit.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. doesn't quite work.
No,
yeah.
It doesn't quite get there. No.
Ninjitimate.
There it is.
Yeah.
And then we've got the nephew of Jake LaMotta in this.
Yeah, he's also a bad guy.
Bad guy. A lot of
Which
bad guys.
we know. Yeah, everybody in this fucking movie is a bad guy, which is part of the problem, right? Like you have.
So it's not that they don't believe him,
but
they need to stop him. That's a totally different.
But the thing is,
that is true.
The problem though with that is
they're all stacked.
I mean, one character we don't know is a bad guy, or at least in on the bad guy's plans.
So I would get frustrated with that. But
I was very frustrated with that.
His motivations are
the master sergeant, the number 2 on the base,
Luigi.
Mario.
It's a me.
Yeah, it's a him. It's a him.
That's Jake LaMotta's nephew,
right?
So weird.
And so he is so obviously like obtuse, where it's like he's a bad guy, but then the other guy is also obtuse to the point where it's like, oh my god, you're a bad guy too. Which for a long time
I didn't. Charlie Hare.
I'm talking about thick cock.
Okay. Yeah,
Colonel. Yeah, it's like either for what is this? An hour and 45 minutes long? How long is this movie?
It is
95
minutes.
So for like 75 minutes, it's like you're either a bad guy, which I don't have any reason to believe until the moment when it's given away that he's in on the plan, at least, if not a bad guy, or you're just a massive dipshit. And that is what's so frustrating about a movie like this, where it's like, you obviously have a staff problem here, sir. You know, and it's like
a lot of transports.
Yeah, and it's like, maybe
that
new
should
guy
have clued us in with better writing. It might have clued us in that.
Yeah,
because
but you can't have both ninjas and explosions and good writing, is what Canon taught us in the 80s.
Okay.
I mean,
Fake First Ninjas was pretty good writing.
Okay, but that was not canon, and that was the 90s.
Okay. It's canon in my heart.
Yes. But no, it's one of those things where it's like, oh my god. And then on top of that, you have a kind of you have a good guy who's got a chip on his shoulder, where it's like, at any point in time, you can explain yourself.
No,
I'll kick you in the fucking face instead.
Yeah, not talking to any of you.
Well, he has amnesia.
No, but he doesn't have amnesia every fucking 5 minutes when he's being blamed for something. He could just say,
he doesn't know who to trust.
Oh my god! Stop trying to
stop trying to gaslight you.
Yes.
Jason is the plot of American Ninja. Right?
Yes. But yeah, I mean, that's my big beef. It's like, throughout the course of the movie, he is immediately painted as a bad guy when he could himself help himself. by saying, hey, I might have this switchblade that I'm kind of rocking out on over here by this while you're doing your stupid hacky sacking. But I'm not a bad guy. He could say, it's like, hey, man, I'm here fighting for America.
Well, we should mention that 30-year-old Michael Dudikoff is playing an 18-year-old.
Well, that's true, too. So I guess
in this.
I don't know. There's a lot that I could go on and on and on about all of that, but just know this is one of my least favorite things in movies ever. It's right up there with, the one conversation you can have that can solve everything, but we got to stretch this out to be like 2 hours and 45 fucking minutes or whatever. If some
that was a major problem in a lot of horror films 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like people who wouldn't explain their situation driving the plot.
Yeah, it drives me crazy.
Yeah,
it does.
It drives me crazy.
It drives me crazy. In a movie like this, I'm just kind of like waiting for the next stupid thing.
It doesn't really matter.
I know, but I watched the whole movie. If I just want to watch the explosions and the ninja kicking, I'd go to YouTube and watch the ninjas and the explosions.
I know, but it's the movie is so poorly made. It's fun.
It is a fun. I will say that generally I had fun. I would not have a great deal of fun watching this by myself.
That's fair. That's fair. I should mention the whole impetus for this month is because my wife and I watched a lot of bad movies during the pandemic. Quite inebriated, and we watched all the American Ninja movies, and we thought they were hilarious. But watching the American Ninja 1 drinking one beer was a little bit more
You need to be a little bit more prepared.
Yeah.
For these.
So I would recommend definitely your cocktail of choice for these movies because it does help. It definitely does help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on in this movie?
All right.
So we're not done.
So Joe Armstrong shows up to this military base that we guess is somewhere in the Philippines. We don't ever really are told that.
The first answer we had was vaguely Central America.
It's vaguely, yeah, but it's not even.
It's not even.
Yeah.
Although, interestingly, though, the Philippines is like the Central America of Asia because that's where the Spanish were.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of Spanish going on there.
It's some kind of jungle.
That's the best we can say.
Some kind of jungle climate, yeah.
And there are some palm trees.
It looks humid.
Yeah, it looks warm because at one point it just seems like Steve James is like just doing normal shit and he's like glistening.
Oh yeah,
with sweat.
Yeah, he's ripped in this.
Yeah. That's why they had to oil him up. It's like we got to accentuate something here for the ladies. Yeah,
for the ladies.
All the women that watch this.
Oh man, Susan might be the only second woman in the world who's seen all 5 American Ninja movies.
The other one, the only person in the world.
The other one. Well, I don't know. Maybe Sam Furstenberg's wife has seen them all. Did he direct them all?
She's the second bird woman to see them all.
She's second bird.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Anyway, what's happening? He showed this guy, this young-ish, supposed to be 18-year-old, handsome guys messing with his switchblade, watching these military guys play hacky sack.
Yeah.
In front of the colonel's main administration building, and
then the colonel comes out, and everybody's like, "Get to fucking work!" And it's like,
and there's a convoy of some sort, and they've got to transport his daughter to. She's going to the airport, isn't she? Where's she going?
I don't know. She's going somewhere, but then they're also transporting, I don't know, like a fucking nuclear weapon or something. Yeah.
They say later. They say later it's not worth it, but it's weapons of some sort.
Well, it's worth it to somebody.
Well, comes to find out, maybe the sergeant is putting stuff in there that the colonel is not aware of.
They might be smuggling some
shit, selling arms. This movie's about selling arms.
Yeah, it is.
The international gun trade.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's got some heavy-hitting topics.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Gleaming the Cube is also about selling arms.
Huh. It's weird. That was an 80s thing.
I know.
Yeah. So
we're ninjas.
So he's a part of this convoy. Nobody knows who he is, and nobody even knows his name yet, which doesn't feel right.
Yeah, you don't just arrive
he's a new
on
guy.
a
He showed up yesterday. So
Okay.
give him. They say that he got here yesterday,
But they're like, new guy.
But the fucking brass needs to know who this guy
He's
is.
got an attitude problem. We don't like him. I'm sorry. You show up, you're a jerk. We don't like you.
Now, everybody at home must know that once upon a time, Chuck was his master sergeant in a vaguely Central American Filipino base. So he knows how this goes.
Yes, I do. I do.
That was top secret.
Yeah.
Hell, not anymore.
Just kind of blew him in.
Unredacted.
He has lots
Well,
of,
there's going to be
he has
four
lots of
people,
international enemies.
4 other people are going to find this out, Jason. It's fine.
They
By listening to this episode.
they have eyes and ears everywhere.
4 people.
Eyes
This
and ears
is going to be
everywhere.
fine.
Now they know that he lives in Whiteland, Indiana.
What? No, they didn't until you said that. I'm getting doxxed on my own podcast.
Okay, so he shows up yesterday, I guess. I still say the brass should know who this guy is.
Sure. Yeah.
You should know his name.
I mean, it's Armstrong. It's on his shirt.
It's right there.
I don't know his name. I can't read.
Some of these guys, I believe it.
Yeah. All right. Good luck, Jason.
How did he even get legal papers, legal documents as a citizen of the United States if he was raised by
He's been orphaned twice.
an old Japanese man, found him as a baby?
Oh, no. Very clearly, when the thing that happened that gave him amnesia.
Somebody else found him.
Yeah, just some American
The
dude.
demolitions people found him.
Right.
Where were they blowing up anyway?
The island.
They were just blowing shit up. It was like on the side of the
mining or
road.
something.
The shit that goes on back
They're
then.
just strip mining.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right,
Explosion.
I'll buy it. His new family adopted.
Joe Armstrong
If
does
you
some strip
need to
mining
start
later.
buying stuff for this movie,
I do.
we're in trouble.
I do.
We're in trouble.
I need to.
We got 4 more to go.
Just wait till we get to 3 with Marjo Gortner. That's so good.
Marjo.
All right, so they go on the transport mission. They get attacked. Well, there's a barrier. It looks like there's construction workers. It's not construction workers. It's fucking bad guys with Uzis and machine guns. And they seemingly are going to hijack the shipment. That is not going to happen under Joe Armstrong's watch because they hit the daughter who doesn't know what's going on,
And she's just asking questions, and they're like, shut up.
and she's got somewhere to be.
Yeah.
She's like, you're fucking holding me up.
Yeah. This is the part where it's like, okay, you need to
Dial it down.
Dial it down
You're
because
putting
there's
people in danger.
there's guys with machine guns,
Yeah.
and she's like, first of all, she tells the guy in the front of the car she's in, it's like, just go. They're not watching us. And it's like,
I'm gonna be late.
guns are projectile weapons.
Right.
They're not. I mean, they can be close range weapons, but they're not. It's like they are. You drive away, the kablamo.
But clearly nobody wants to use their guns in this scene. And it's really strange.
Right.
Yeah,
and,
that's kind of
and
strange.
we find
Good
out
point.
some things about it, but of course, once she gets backhanded, Joe's
not having
not having that. He's got ninja skills, and he's going to show them off. And little do we know,
As you do in the 80s.
little do we know, there are other ninjas
Who
in the
just come-
jungle who are watching everything, and they're like, "Oh, shit's going sideways." Now we're going to show that we're
we gotta
ninjas.
get
So
it.
we got to show our ninja skills. And then there's a ninja fight. And 4 U.S. soldiers die. And a lot of ninjas and a lot of Filipino
Just a lot of people die in this
construction
scene.
workers. Yeah.
I mean, this movie opens and closes with littered bodies all over the landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Michael Dudikoff and the girl get away. And he's hiding them from the ninjas, and he's like dragging her by the arm.
Oh my god, he's so
All through the
ragdolling her
Yeah.
through the jungle.
Because she's complaining
She's like,
about
what am
her
I,
shoes.
some kind of jungle thing? Or
No,
whatever?
what'd she say? Does she say a jungle
baby.
baby? Yeah.
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 I didn't want to repeat that. I didn't know if I should.
Well, I mean, it's not the other. Is the one that I almost said. The other B word. That's yeah.
Yeah. It's weird though. He is like ragdolling her around. Like
Yeah.
it looks like the scene
I don't
in
even know-
Airport or Naked Gun where
There's a lot of things
Ricardo
in this movie that feel
Montalban
like they could.
I was telling you, it could have been one of those movies. Like Hot Shots might have been based on this.
Well, it was based on a lot of things, but yes, they're like, hey, we just got to be funnier, but barely than American Ninja,
and we want it to be intentional.
Yes,
yeah.
Woo. But he takes her home. He just walks her home.
Well, no, they gotta hide in the water.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna.
And then they were gonna be like, okay, well, you gotta dry your clothes because she's bitching about her clothes.
Jeff's gotta talk about the clothes drying,
right? And because it dries really nice. Like, did he have some Downy on him too? Like
I mean, the man has lived in the wilderness.
Fair enough. He knows a thing or two about it.
He's lived in this very jungle.
Okay.
Don't you remember Top Secret when they get out of the water and they're all dry?
Well, something else from Top Secret that I wanted to see later was after the motorcycle bike.
The airplane, they have some of that shit. There is motorcycle hair in this movie.
And helmet hair, because Steve James has got some serious helmet hair.
Yeah, he does.
Oh my goodness, that afro is like all pressed in weird angles.
There used to be, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there used to be when they would show the football follies on ESPN. Yeah. There was one where there was a guy who played for the 49ers. I have no idea who it is, but when he took off his helmet, they put a Foomp. And he had this gigantic afro, and it was the best fucking thing ever. It was the best thing ever.
I feel like it'll be so much pressure.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you get real bad bedhead when you have long hair, and it's like, it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Chuck has no idea what we're talking about.
I mean, when I had hair, it was very tight to my head, so I should know what you're talking about, but it never hurt me. Like, it would be like 7 inches long.
Yeah. Well, you had curly hair too. It's like mine's thick and straight, so it can get funky at times.
Yeah.
Your hair was looking pretty good today.
Well, yeah, because I had to eventually get a cut because it was getting funky.
Yeah. I feel like you did it up for us.
A little bit. I'm a good guest. I'm going to shower and look good. Or host. And I'm a good guest too. I will shower. I will shower and get cleaned up when I come over too.
I'll do all the things. He's civilized.
I'm a guest host.
All right. He drops the girl off at her house,
and she kisses him on the cheek. It's all nice, and she's like, "You're kind of nice," and he's like,
"Thanks for ripping my skirt open." And
he hasn't said many words at this point. Very few. But he goes back to base, and they tear him a new asshole. The sergeant and the colonel, they're not happy with him because
they thought he was tearing her a new asshole.
Yeah, he should have just acquiesced and let them take the transport and not cause any trouble.
Clue number one that we should have
Clue number one we should have picked up on, but it's like there's explosions and ninjas and
but
shit.
There's a moment here where he could tell
is
it the colonel that they were beating up on his daughter. I mean, you can tell her that.
Yeah.
Tell him that.
No, he doesn't.
But he doesn't do that.
No.
He doesn't do that. He's like, fuck authority.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Fuck the man.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'll fucking take out trash instead.
Yeah, he gets assigned trash duty.
I don't remember anything before the explosion. I don't know why I have these mystical ninja powers. I'm jaded against the world.
These are all things he could say, and I'd be like, I get you now. I'm on board.
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm like, why doesn't he talk to somebody?
You gotta talk to somebody.
Men in the 80s, they couldn't talk.
They couldn't talk.
They just had to be tough.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
That's all. That's all. Everyone would make fun of you if you talked.
Yeah.
But
I got made fun of a lot.
But first, he has to become best friends with Jackson.
Yes. Oh, yeah, this is great, because Jackson gets wind that it's like, this guy's a troublemaker.
Yeah.
So let's go fuck with him. He brings some guys over. It's like, let's fuck with him a little bit.
Well, the 4 of their buddies are dead, and they think he's the reason. Yeah.
And so he starts a little fight with a little tussle.
Yeah, and Joe's just like every move he uses against him, like the inertia shit.
Yeah.
And he fucking puts a bucket on his
head. He puts a bucket on his fucking head, and he points at his head like, "Go ahead, hit me." And Jackson tries to swing at him. He grabs him, flips him over, and all but the bucket on his head. swings the stick within a half an inch of his face, and then Jackson's like, "This motherfucker's cool." Like,
I want to be his friend.
yes, if this is the one man on this base that can whoop my ass, I got to be friends with him.
Yep.
Well, that's the schoolyard thing, right? Like, you know, remember when you went up to like the bully, like the big bully, like who's like been held back like 5-6
Scott
times.
Parkus.
Yeah, and and you know, and you put him down. And then he gets up and he beats the fuck out of you. And then you never do that again.
From experience?
No comment.
Dang.
I talked too much that day.
Dang.
Well, I'm glad you're talking about it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Not keeping it all inside like Joe
like
Armstrong.
Dudikoff. Yeah, like Joe Dudikoff.
Jeff Snow Dudikoff.
All right. So, but yes, now they're best friends. I mean, almost immediately.
Yeah.
They are hanging on each other, working out, laughing.
Oh, yeah. They're sweaty, slathered, hugging,
together,
walking
yeah.
together.
There's practically a very homoerotic volleyball scene.
Oh,
I was
almost.
just going to say, it was like Top Gun.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been out of place.
No.
And this is, does he tell him that he can't remember? Like,
He's like, where did you get these skills?
He
He's
can't
like, I
remember
don't remember.
No,
because-
I got them from the streets. To which Steve James is like, "Fuck you! I'm from the streets. You're not from the streets.
No.
You're from the jungle."
Yeah.
But he doesn't even know that.
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, he doesn't know anything, and Steve James is like, "I'm your buddy, you son of a bitch." They did the respect knuckles and all of that.
Oh, yeah. And there's a whole scene where they arranged a date with him.
For him with the girl.
With the girl.
What is her name? Judy is her real name. What's her name?
Gweech Gooch.
Gweech Gooch.
Well, I think it's Patricia Thickcock.
Yes.
If it wasn't, it is
I
now.
Really hope they gave her a middle name that starts with T.
So yeah, like Charlie, who used to hate him, this is the man whose hair is all the same length and looks like he got off a motorcycle all the time.
Yes.
He hated Joe, but then the daughter is like, "Hey, I need you to do this for me."
Yeah, there's a scene missing there.
Yeah, there's a few scenes. There's some things missing
I'm
from this
guessing they
movie.
weren't even written.
Well, it was supposed to be.
There were 5 writers in this movie, but one of them is.
It was supposed to be a little bit of a surprise for the audience because
I
all
guess.
you had was the scene where she was in the car with Charlie. Is it Charlie?
Charlie.
And she was like, wait. Turn around. You got to do something for me.
Well, here's how you fix this. You have one scene before this saying how good of friends the two of them are. Like maybe they went to school together or they
Nobody wanted to fix anything.
I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with this.
Nobody
I
cared.
have a problem.
Nobody
with
cared.
The scene that's missing, it comes later, and it's a big one where she gets kidnapped.
this. Right.
That's a much bigger missing scene.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we see that part. We don't see
This
the
is-
after part that leads to certain decisions being made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, like, one of these 4 or 5 guys should have sat there and is like, you know what would be really good is if she has a friend, like a real friend, not like somebody who just wants to get in their pants. Because you would expect Charlie just to want to get in their pants.
Right.
He's got that energy the whole time, right? But he's just a good guy. It's all bravado, and he's really good friends with her. Maybe he knows her somehow, right? And it's like you have a scene where they're really good friends, and then she asks for a favor, and then you find out it's a setup so that she can go on the date with the guy she likes.
I don't know if it's worth all this.
It's worth it. It's a 2-minute scene, Chuck.
I don't
scene.
think this movie actually had a script, to be honest.
Probably not.
I think
4 guys got paid.
it was a bit of that happened. It was a bit of a game of telephone, I think. I think it was a lot of
It's a game of Ninja Phone.
it was a lot of Menachem yelling at Furstenberg that he wanted.
I want an explosion.
He had a grocery list
Yes.
of things that he wanted, and Furstenberg had to figure out the sketchiest of plots to fit all that
sketchy.
shit into it.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
why Joe doesn't say anything for the first half of the movie, because they
Because
didn't,
they didn't have a
any
script.
lines.
They had no fucking lines.
And no
written.
lines.
Yeah.
Like, where are my lines? Don't just look cool with the butterfly knife, bro. We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Trust your director.
Yeah, you're a ninja.
Yeah. Don't you know what that means?
Yeah.
You're cool.
And you're quiet. And just don't make sound. Except for the stupid ninjas that you fight in this movie.
What they always
That
jump
always
and I go,
grunt.
That's true.
It's like, I mean, they might as well all be saying when they jump out of the trees and shit. Yeah, I gotcha.
It's like, they all sound like the guy from Orgasmo.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
This movie inspired lots of things.
This movie is far more important than we're giving it credit for.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we've given it much credit at all.
I'm trying not to.
So he goes on a date with the girl, and
He borrows Steve James's bike.
yeah,
And he says, "You like my bike?" It's like, no, ninjas don't just get to take what they want.
and he almost died. Well, the stunt guy almost died when he was about to jump. He didn't even get to the fucking jump yet, and he almost falls off the bike.
Falls off the bike.
Then he goes over the fucking jump, and when he lands, his face clearly hits the front of the bike.
Yeah.
The handlebars.
That guy is dead.
He's at least missing teeth.
Yeah, I would assume so. For real. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, again, a lot of head trauma in this movie.
He was one of the writers.
Yeah.
It's like, film me do this stunt. And then afterwards, like, watch me white movie.
Watch me white movie.
I don't think he did that on purpose, but it was really... Watch me white movie.
I'm gonna play trumpet.
I play horn now.
Shit. Wow.
We should say that the score has a trumpeter on it who's very bad.
Yeah, he's not good.
There's a
squeaky.
There's a trumpet guy and there's a trombone guy. And the trombone is the saddest trombone. And neither of them sound good, and they're both in different keys.
And they're different moods. It's all over the place.
And then they just throw in some Oriental shit. Like, occasionally.
Yeah, you get a little bit of that, like stereotypical Oriental.
Strings. Yeah, Oriental strings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's like, wait, I'm at the fucking hibachi grill over on US 31. I'm sitting under the sign that says, "Are you ready for some football?"
What is happening?
It's so good.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to have to change the name of this month to Mayhem.
I'm the Allstate guy all of a sudden.
You don't want mayhem like me.
Brought to you by Allstate. Give us some money, Allstate.
Oh, man.
All right, I'll try to get back on track. So they're at dinner, Joe and Julie?
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, Patricia.
Joe,
Patricia. And while they're at dinner, the vaguely Filipino
Oscar Caesar
gunrunner. What is his name?
And Mario.
Yeah.
And Mario. The sergeant are there.
It's the bad guy and the good guy.
Victor Ortega.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Taco Sauce Man.
Yeah. Taco Sauce Man.
That's right. He's a businessman, but he's also secretly a gun dealer. Victor Ortega. Hot sauces and guns.
And guns that shoot sauces.
Oh my God. We're back on track. Don't worry.
But
everyone.
they see Joe, and he's like, "That's the motherfucker who fucked up the whole thing." And the ninjas had to show up, and he caused some problems. Like, and Ortega's like, "I want him dealt with." Like,
and I know exactly how you're going to do it with this stupid elaborate plan I have.
Really dumb. It's like we're going to expose our business in even more ways.
Oh my God.
But the plan is, oh my God, it's so dumb. So at the morning roll call, the sergeant goes into the barracks, and man, look at me with all my terms.
I know.
It's like you went Dudikoff isn't awake when he He yells tension.
Well, yeah, because he's been the whole night.
He's been having some business.
He was doing some patty cakes.
I was going to say patty cakes.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. But
that's what you would call her, right? That would be like your pet name for her, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Patty cakes.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
I was thinking of.
She's probably into
He's
that.
the duder's man.
I was thinking of Roger Rabbit when he said that. Wasn't that we play patty cake?
Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, it could.
So it's a double entendre. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Well, anyway, he tells him to report to the motor pool as his punishment, and we're all just like, that doesn't seem like much of a punishment. I mean, all right. And he gets the motor pool, and he's like, "You got an assignment for me?" He's like, "Yeah, take this truck to the docks, the end of the dock, or something like that,
Station 5 or whatever.
Take this to the dock and then drive off the dock. Don't worry, this is exactly what you're supposed to do."
Yeah.
So he goes to the place he's supposed to drop it off. He drives it in the warehouse, and what happens? He gets attacked by ninjas.
Yeah.
Ninjas.
And
that's
there's a really good fucking shadows.
The silhouette's good.
That is really good. That is really good, actually.
No, you laughed pretty hard.
It's funny.
When it just kind of pops up, and it's a bigger shadow, too, so it looks funny.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I wish there would have been like an even bigger one after him.
Yes.
And there's one ninja that waits out the whole fucking fight in a barrel. And then before he can get out to kill Dudakov's like, I know you're there. And he stabs the barrel.
Yeah.
There's clearly American ninjas are superior ninjas.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. The deadliest art of the Orient is now in the hands of an American.
Oh,
that's why.
Shit.
Yeah, the tagline tells you everything you need to know.
He's the American
we
ninja.
should mention that there is a Black Star ninja who's the head ninja who works for Ortega, who is also like confounded by this American ninja, because no American would ever be taught the ways of the ninja.
No,
because it's against the ninja code to teach a Westerner. So he's very, very intrigued.
Is that real?
I don't know.
Ninjas would never tell us the truth.
To,
no one's ever talked to a ninja.
According
That's right, we
to
wouldn't.
Paul Demelsch, Gideon Amir, Avi Kleinberger, and James R. Silk, it is. Yeah. Uncredited.
Oh my God, this was edited by 5 people too.
That's how they lost.
3 of them were definitely Golan.
Andy Horvich, Peter Lee Thompson. Peter Lee Thompson, I believe, he worked on a lot of J. Lee Thompson movies. They may be related. Marcus Manton, Marcel Mindlin.
They pointed at the phone book twice.
No, those are Stan Lee creations with the alliteration. Daniel Weatherby. Yeah. Anyway,
well,
this movie is like it's edited, but
he beats all the ninjas. In the warehouse.
Oh yeah, of course he does.
Yeah,
American ninjas are superior.
But then there's a Yankee fan and some other dude who are almost as superior as the American ninja.
They're the wheelmen.
Yeah, and they're tough. Like that one wheelman takes a fucking beat. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He takes a beating and keeps on kicking, or how?
I don't know, whatever. But it might have been the Cadbury Bunny too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that too. But
that's true, because he even runs the American Ninja down. He runs Joe down on his motorcycle.
No, Joe jumps into the sidecar and then he starts kicking the shit out of it.
Right, and he doesn't give up the bike.
No,
and then he has to run the bike into his buddy who's taken off with the army.
And the guy's still alive after being sandwiched between the bike and the truck.
Yep.
I don't know what happens in that scene, but ultimately
Joe gets the fucking back to the base, and they're like, "You're arrested."
Does the truck drive into the water? Does it blow up? Why does
it blows up? It blows up
blow
because Joe hits it with the chain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which blows it up.
Which blows up cars. But this actually wrapped around the steering wheel, and then he yanked it, and then it ran the truck off the road, and it blew up.
But there's proof there that he didn't sell the truck.
There's a smoldering fucking pile of truck.
I'll take you to the truck. It's
blown up. There's a dead guy in it.
Dead guys in it that were driving it.
Yeah, not me.
I wasn't driving it.
The Dudikoff was not driving that thing.
They tried to steal this shit.
You can frisk me. I have no millions of dollars on me from selling this shit.
Where did I put the shit? It's all, guess what? It's still in the truck that's blown up.
And you're going to go into that warehouse and find a bunch of dead ninjas.
Yeah.
But instead, they lock his ass up.
Yeah.
Well,
no, not yet.
They do. Next? That is when they lock him up, I think.
Well, yeah, but yeah. Yes, and
well, yeah, because they decide to go to. No, that's later. There's lots of scenes of him like trying to trust people, and
here's
then
the thing:
locking him up.
They get locked. He gets locked up. So
wait, the truck doesn't blow up. The truck doesn't blow up. Let me bring this back. No,
it did.
The truck doesn't.
No, it did because it broke the window.
That was earlier. I think in this scene is when he hides under the truck and they drive it into another hangar.
That's true. That's where he fights. He fights more ninjas.
Another hangar fight.
And then he gets back.
Yeah, you're right.
He walks back to the base and he's like, "Hey," and they're like, "You're under arrest." And then Sauce Man says, "We got to send our A1."
A1
ninja after.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are all correct.
And then what did I say? I mean, Ninja's going to kill guys, and they're going to fucking blame the guy who's locked up for killing the people outside his.
Because the Black Star Ninja doesn't do his job. He's supposed to kill Joe,
but Joe fights back enough.
Joe is too foxy,
and he stays alive long enough for the rest of the MPs to show up. And then it's like, Joe killed more guys.
Yeah, I saw Joe run off.
All like, we gotta go. Oh, something's going on at the brig. And then he runs into
Jackson.
And Jackson's like, what's going on, man? They let you out.
How'd you get out?
And he's like, no, I gotta tell you what's going on.
You gotta go to the colonel.
Yeah. They convince him and
the chicken man. So we got the taco sauce man and the chicken
man.
Yes. And Jackson and Patricia convince Joe to go talk to the colonel.
He'll believe you. Chicken.
He'll believe you. We promise.
Right.
And he doesn't believe him.
No, he doesn't.
He makes a call like he's going to make a big investigation to find out what's really going on. But in reality, he calls it's a me. And it's a me comes and he's like, it's a me.
Yeah, and they're like,
you're under arrest. Yeah. And then Joe does his diving bullshit out the window.
Oh my god, he fucking face plants out onto the patio.
There's like 3 times in this movie he dives that are completely baffling, unnecessary. Like, what are you diving
This
from?
one might have been the best dive.
Well, yeah, because he's busting through a window.
This one had a purse.
But I would know, would you dive through a window or would you like try to put your hands up above your head and run
this
through
fucking
the window?
face.
I'd probably kick it.
Yeah, he went
with my foot in front of me, so I don't like.
A dive doesn't seem like the head first doesn't seem like.
But
the
he
way
has
to go
amnesia.
through a window.
He has amnesia.
He
forgot what he should have done.
I mean, like
probably because he's dove through way too many windows.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I was taught
CTE action.
A little CTE.
I was told to slide feet first in Little League, and I never did. I slid face first, always. Not even arms out. Just
dead fish onto the bait.
And then
that explains a lot.
And then they come over and just tag me out because I'm halfway between first and second. I didn't even time it right.
Base, yeah. No, I always went feet first.
No, I always went head first, and I mean, so he's obviously from the same school of me.
You went to school in the Philippines.
Established this now. Yes. Yeah. So now he has to escape, and now everybody's after him.
Yeah.
He has not many friends.
Well, he's got Steve Jackson.
Well, there's that one scene that's so funny when they're all Steve Jackson.
Right.
Curtis Jackson.
Curtis Jackson.
50 Cent and Patty Cakes.
Yeah.
They're on his side, but she kind of gives up after her dad's like, nope,
I'm going to put away my tchotchkes.
There's that funny scene where he hits the MP when he's holding his gun.
Oh yeah, he comes out the door and he kicks
the gun at it, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, accident. I always kick when I go outdoors. So daughter gets kidnapped by Black Star guy.
Yes.
Black Star Ninja. Joe gets kidnapped by the guy who taught him the art of the Orient.
Of the Orient, yes.
Yes. And he gives him tea and he's like, are you ready to remember? Here's your final lesson.
And he's like, I remember everything.
I'm a ninja now. I'm an American ninja now from the Philippines. But he learns that there's an art that he can disappear and reappear that he never uses.
It's his final lesson.
But he didn't get it.
No, the other guy did it.
The other guy had to do it. Yeah, Obi-Wan had to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's like, here's a whole table of weapons. You ready to use them all?
You're ready to use all these weapons?
Let's put all of these weapons on your body.
Yeah, which
like
all of them had to be
ninja.
up his butt.
So that feels like a Hot Shots joke, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, can you fit one more? Yeah, I think so.
Get this ninja star up your butt.
Well, yeah, they're always pulling them from behind. Right?
They had to be in his butt, because how else would he be framed for killing a guard with a ninja star when he escaped prison? When he escaped the brig, where is he hiding a ninja star? Up his butt.
Yeah. I hid this uncomfortable.
He made it out of the bars on the walls.
For 4 long years. He was in
and
there.
Now I give the star to you.
Yeah. He was in the clink. So yeah, this is the exciting conclusion.
It is. It pretty much is.
Of
We're
American Ninja.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It's mayhem.
All countries are represented.
Yeah, it's the United Colors of Benetton showed up
yes.
here.
Yes. So the deal is going to go down over whatever. I don't know if it's a nuclear weapon, a rocket.
No, it's a rocket.
It's a rocket
because Jackson
shoots it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got a little basket like a bike.
Fence. It looks like a fence.
Unscrew that part.
Yeah.
It's how it's connected to the box it comes in.
Yeah, it doesn't need
it doesn't need it anymore. Unscrew
Jackson,
it.
come on.
It isn't time for that shit. It's not a screwdriver. He's just got to fight.
He had a lot of time for that.
Yeah, I mean, he watched them fight on the helicopter for
a
like
bit.
7 minutes.
Yeah, and he's like, get off, Joe.
He doesn't have a screwdriver because Joe threw him at people earlier.
Yeah, Joe did throw.
Oh,
he threw a whole toolbox of weapons.
Yeah, he did. That was before he knew what real weapons were in his final lesson.
His final lesson?
His final lesson? Watch me wipe this Wesson.
What's my final lesson so I can stop the whistle?
I'm not wearing my tooth. That's a problem. All right.
I didn't realize I was actually making fun of you. Jeez. Now I feel like an asshole.
I don't know if you were. I assumed you were.
Well, you were doing some talking there, Chuck, so you got made fun of.
Yeah. You can't talk. But this is the 2000.
But we're children of the 80s.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Drive us home, Jason. Helicopter us home. What happens at the end of this movie?
I mean, well, the mentor, the sensei shows up. Is it a sensei?
Yeah, I guess that's what you call
him. Ninja master.
He was a guy who never realized the war ended, but he was also a ninja.
Yeah, Jeff called that shit, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was so excited about that. Because when you first see him, it's like he's dressed like a Japanese soldier.
Yeah.
I've seen movies. Yeah, but no, he also is working as the gardener for Ortega.
For Ortega, yeah. Yeah.
He makes the spicy peppers for the sauce.
Yeah, he might.
There you go.
Yeah, he did. Well, he's just always kind of like lurking around in the background. He's like snips a leaf and then it goes ding 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 and he like looks and then the scene cuts and it's like, okay, I guess that's what's going on.
So this guy's someone.
This guy's someone.
He's something.
Yeah.
We come.
Well, he gets
transported me to fucking Hibachi Grill.
He gets himself knifed.
Yes.
Basically, he jumps and he takes the bullet.
He takes the bullet and he uses his ninja magic
to jump in front of the knife. Yeah. To save Joe. And then Joe and Black Star Ninja have to have their final showdown on the roof.
And while this is happening, like the whole time, there's like 3,000 people dying. You have the buyers and Ortega. And Ortega's just in the background like, just wait, everything's going to be just fine.
Oh, and Ortega shoots the arms dealer.
Yeah, they finally are fed up and they're about to leave. And he's like, no, you're not leaving. And he shoots them both in the back.
And then, but their helicopter guy just chills there.
I told you how this works. If you're a helicopter pilot and your boss dies, your new boss is the guy that killed.
There is no such thing as natural death.
There's a hierarchy for helicopter pirates.
Bosses.
Yes. If there is a natural death.
Did you say helicopter pirates?
I think I tried to say pilots, but might have come out as pirates.
I love the idea of helicopter pirates.
Yeah. Let's make that movie.
I mean, he's already a shady guy.
Yeah. I mean, he's a pirate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
love the
I agree.
idea.
I agree with Chuck's assessment of
Yeah,
this.
I'm cool with that. I mean,
He's
if
like,
that's the rule.
Well, look, I have a helicopter. I want to get the fuck out of here. Sure. Whoever gets in this helicopter is coming with me.
Whoever has
Yeah.
the money and the power, that's my dude.
Yeah.
That's my dude to call.
It's like, I don't want to mess around.
Yeah.
He could
Now,
just leave, though. He
unfortunately-
could just leave.
He could have just left.
Yeah.
But that's not the code,
That's
apparently.
apparently not the
No,
helicopter
no.
pirate code.
He's on the good side of the helicopter
There's
pirate
lots of codes
code.
in this.
He won't break the code just like Dudikoff won't.
He won't break the code. He won't use a weapon that's not a ninja weapon.
Not only do we have a ninja disappear and reappear at times, like literally, we see him actually. And
Yeah,
then
he poops.
But there's a laser gun
There is.
in this movie.
There is.
The fuck?
Black Star Ninja has a laser gun.
He does.
He's got lots of stuff. He's got a flamethrower. He's got this like knuckle gun that he fires off.
Knuckle gun.
It's like a knuckle gun.
I like the name of that.
And then he's got a legit laser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's a laser pointer. It's like, why are you doing it?
Guaranteed.
And then it blows up a pop.
Guaranteed Ninja with a laser was on the grocery list.
Oh, I'm sure.
Guaranteed.
I want ninjas with frickin' laser beams.
Oh.
Coming out of their hands.
Yep.
Yep.
We got to figure out how to put that in the script.
Pew. Pew, pew.
Pew pew.
So Joe beats everyone up.
Yeah, kills
But-
a lot of guys. He kills a lot of guys in this movie.
Yes. And then Ortega shoots the corporal, Chicken Man, and then he takes patty cakes into the helicopter and he flies off. But Joe is like, no, I'm going to jump on there with you and we're going to fight on the helicopter, 10 feet off the ground. It's going to be really cool. Jeff's not going to like it, but it's going to be really cool. Everyone else likes it. And then
I liked it fine.
And then he he sneaks around the side and he does that open the door peekaboo punch.
Yeah, because he opens the door and Patty Cake's like, oh! and Ortega looks and he goes, boop.
Yeah, just pops
It's
someone.
pretty good. He punches right past her, right into his face.
And then he just gets knocked out. They jump off onto a
the
roof,
Yeah.
which is very poorly shot because you could totally see the mat they land on. But whatever, it's fine. It's a canon movie, so
It's
you got to let that
also
slide.
in Blu-ray now. If we watch this on VHS,
Oh, I'm sure if we watched it on
yeah.
VHS,
Oh,
it would,
for sure.
yeah, it'd be like, oh, okay, cool. They totally
some of
did
those
that.
things were not expected to
Yeah.
look this good eventually.
So, yeah, this movie
Especially
did
like
not.
American Ninja. Everyone it was like poof, and then it was on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Then, so yeah, and then you got Curtis Jackson. He's like, oh yeah, I've got a fucking bazooka.
Yeah.
And he lights that fucking helicopter up in the movie.
Yeah,
Kablooey.
they cut to Dudikoff's face, and then they just end it.
He takes off his ninja mask.
Job well done.
Job well done. Good
It would have
job.
been hilarious if it was Chuck Norris when he took off the mask.
Oh my god.
It'd
my
be
God.
funnier if it was Charles Bronson.
Or Charles Bronson.
Because, hey.
He took
Do you
his
believe-
Dudikoff.
Norris would be funnier. I gotta go with Norris. As the
I don't
funnier.
know, but if you had Norris, if you had Charles Bronson sitting there, it's like, do you believe in God? You're gonna meet him, and then he fucking kicks a guy off a building or something. That'd be great.
It's all.
sure.
You're gonna meet him. All right.
I'm a little more minimalist than you, I think.
I just like Charles Bronson a lot.
Okay, well, hey, that's the movie.
It's a silly movie.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like that's exactly how a member of Monty Python would describe this.
Let's
Ministry
not
of
watch
Silly
American
Ninjas.
Ninja. It's a silly movie.
And then they all turn around and leave. Yeah.
Yep. And get killed by a bunny.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it, Jeff. What's next week?
Wait. We're not gonna pack it in.
How many ninja stars? How many ninja stars?
Out of how many?
Let's say out of 5 ninja stars. How many will you give American Ninja?
How about how many points on a ninja star?
How many points are on a ninja star?
4.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
So how many points?
I think again, I'm more minimalist.
I will.
Well, look at a fucking ninja star. It's
Fine.
smaller.
We'll do your ninja star points. 4 points.
2.5 ninja stars.
points.
2.5 points.
Points on a ninja star.
2.5 points.
Out of 4.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it 2. I'm gonna give it 2.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
That is weird.
Why is it weird?
Because you're the one who's like, we're gonna do it this month. Yeah.
What? Should I give it 4 stars?
Well, I mean, we're putting it on the scale. We're putting it on the scale of a shitty movie, right?
Yeah, which I think should mean it's a little bumped up.
I think the best is still to come. So I'm giving it. I'm giving
I'm going to agree with Chuck. I'm going 2.5.
Wow.
All right.
I can't believe I'm over.
I can't either.
Anyway. All right. Well, 2.5 Ninja points.
Jason's even snobby with fucking American Ninja movies.
I know, right?
I'm telling you, the best is yet to come.
He watched
that'll
this
get
movie.
A 3 or a 4 then.
He watched this. He was like laughing along with it, and then at the end, he was like, "Meh."
Half a Ninja Star. Can't even throw that fucking thing.
I'm reserving my higher.
Well, we can't throw a 2.5 Ninja Star.
That's fair.
Anyway, okay, fair enough. Next week, May 8th, American Ninja 2. So, but you guys didn't see that one coming. No.
Look how I just love how nonchalant you said it. Like almost like I can't believe we're doing this.
Yeah, let's see a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's 5 of these fucking movies.
I know.
Yeah.
And I just looked ahead. Next week we're in the Caribbean, so we're like, this is like a jet-setting ninja.
Dude, we watched The Night Ripper on this podcast. We can watch anything.
It's true.
That's true.
Anything.
It's very true. Everything is game.
Movie.
Yeah.
We can do anything.
All right. Well, we can do anything.
You can do anything.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. This is a fucking Ninja Rainbow.
Ninja Rainbow.
It's in a kick. It's Ninja Rainbow. Okay. Next Wednesday, American Ninja 2. Go to filmseizure.com. That's where you can find all the stuff.
All the things.
All the things. Where you can follow us on social medias, where you can subscribe to us on the various podcast sites. Also at filmseizure.com on Monday, I have a new episode of Monster Mondays. I've got the classic Doctor Who serial, The Brain of Morbius. A little Frankenstein business.
Yeah.
Little Frankenstein business. So that is coming up Monday afternoon. Again, filmseizure.com. This upcoming weekend over at my website, bmovieanima.com. On Friday, I've got a review of The Beastmaster.
The Beastmaster? The original Beastmaster?
The Beastmaster.
The OG.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
Got some ferrets in there.
Yeah. Kodo and Podo.
And Quicksand.
There's Quicksand. And the ferrets win the day on the Quicksand.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. Anyway, so that is on Friday. This Saturday, I have a new episode of B-Movie Enema, the series, where I'm hosting the movie Girl Gang.
Nice.
That's
Not
a real
nice.
bad movie. That is
I try to be supportive.
I know.
But
it's
something Jeff would like.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's kind of a fun, kind of slightly Ed Woodish. So it's kind of fun.
How many Ninja Stars would you give it?
18.
18 Ninja Stars.
Yes.
Not points.
18 points. That's a hell of a Ninja Star. That is going to shred your ass.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's more like a shuriken.
Like a frisbee.
Sure you can.
I'm sure you can.
Anyway. So yeah, that is at bmovieanima.com. All right. One of these is in the book. We got 4 more to go. Until then, I'm Jeff Arbuckle.
More.
What? I'm Jason Oliver, and you have been listening to Film Seizure.